Hey y'all, welcome back and thanks for stopping by. In today's video I'm going to show you how I used a really simple cashew cream based sauce to make 3 different pasta sauces that we ate during the Daniel fast for this year. So if you are interested in seeing how I turn that simple sauce into 3 delicious meals, then please stay tuned. So the first thing we need to do is get our basic white sauce that we're going to use in 3 different ways. So I'm starting off, which surprises no one if you've watched any of my other videos around here, with some onions and garlic. We love onions and garlic around here. So I let the onions get translucent. I'm going to add the garlic and give it time for those flavors to bloom as well. Meanwhile, we're going to take our soaked cashews, put those in a high-speed blender, and pour in a little bit of almond milk. Now, there are 2 ways that I have soaked cashews. One is to soak them overnight in water. On this day, I did the quick soak method, which is just to boil some water. Once it comes to a boil, take it off the heat, throw your cashews in, and let those soak in that boiling water for about 15 minutes. And so that's how I soaked my cashews on this occasion. So after giving those a nice blend with just the almond milk and the cashews, then I go back and add in our sauteed onions and garlic. And I also threw in some salt and freshly cracked black pepper, and then I also threw in a few like some onion powder, garlic powder, that kind of thing, to give the sauce a little bit more flavor and body. So now we're moving into sauce number 1, which is our creamy marinara sauce. I'm just sauteing some onions, some garlic, some basil, oregano, black pepper, that kind of thing. And then I'm throwing in some jarred pasta sauce. You could completely skip the onions and garlic. I just like to give my store-bought pasta sauces a little bit of homemade flair, so that's why I do that. But you could totally skip it and just pour your homemade pasta sauce into your pot. And then we're going to take a little bit of that super creamy cashew sauce that we just made, mix that in all together, and seriously, like, that's basically it. One thing I love about this sauce is that it's extremely versatile, and it can be either a sauce for pasta, which we did on this night, or it can even be a really good creamy tomato soup, which was also, it worked really well that way as well. You would just want to pour in like a little bit of veggie broth to kind of thin it out a bit, or even some almond milk if you want to keep it nice and creamy and thin it out a bit. But on this night, we used it as a pasta sauce, so we kept it nice and thick and served it over some brown rice macaroni noodles, and this is so good. Absolutely one of my favorite pasta sauces that we had over the course of the Daniel fast, and even outside of the Daniel fast, I could seriously see myself eating this one again. So yeah, that's our number 1, our first pasta sauce with our cashew-based cream, just a little creamy marinara sauce, which was absolutely delicious. Okay, so here we go with sauce number 2, and this one I'm calling a cheesy taco Tex-mex pasta sauce. That's a mouthful. So I'm starting off with just the usual suspects, a little bit of onion and garlic. Then I tossed in some garbanzo beans or some chickpeas and sauteed those just for like a minute or so before adding in some taco seasoning. Now, I used a homemade taco seasoning, but you could of course use just a regular taco seasoning packet, and typically I would have, it's just I couldn't find one that was Daniel fast friendly. So sauteing my taco seasoning in here, and you just want to cook that like you would if you were making like tacos. So just give that taco seasoning time for those flavors to kind of really come through. And then I threw in about a cup of salsa, and this one I'm using a fire roasted salsa, but just use whatever your favorite salsa is for this recipe at this point. And then I'm throwing in some bell peppers, so a bit of red, yellow, and green. I like to have lots of color on the Daniel fast, so yeah, sauteing some bell pepper in there as well. And I let that cook for about 3 to 5 minutes to give everything time to really kind of come alive in the pot. The next thing to do is just add in our creamy cashew based sauce, and that really is it for this sauce. You can actually turn off the heat at this point and kind of let the residual heat let it all come together. But that's it for this sauce. So then I mixed this one again with our brown rice noodles. It was so good to serve with some avocado and chopped onion on top. It would also be great with like some guacamole or even like some cashew yogurt on top. That'd be really good in place of sour cream. But this pasta was so good. In fact, I've actually craved that pasta outside of the Daniel fast. That's how good it was. So if you don't try any other recipe, definitely try the Tex-Mex pasta. And here we are with our third sauce. So this one is just a creamy garlic sauce. It's the most simple of all the cashew-based sauces that we're going to make tonight. So I am starting off by just sauteing some peas and some brown rice pasta noodles over low heat. The pasta noodles were already cooked. I just did this long enough for our peas to be able to thaw a bit. Then I added in a few seasonings. You could add black pepper, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, whatever your preference is. And then I'm going to toss in our creamy sauce, and that is actually it. Mix that sauce all the way through. And this one is done. Like I said, super simple, but also really delicious. Now, I used peas for this recipe just because I love the combination of white sauce pasta and peas, but I've also made it with broccoli, with spinach, and they are all delicious as well. So just choose your favorite veggie. Guys, I didn't use any nutritional yeast. I did want to make sure I share that. I didn't use any nutritional yeast in my pasta sauce, but if that's something you like, then please feel free to go for it. I just don't really like the flavor of nutritional yeast, but a lot of people say that it adds an extra flavor, extra cheesy flavor. So if that's something you enjoy, then please be sure to add that in as well. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to at least give one of these a try and let me know how it works out for you. All right, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye-bye.